Darnold looks, fires inside, ball is caught, touchdown, Seahawks!
Second with an RBI double, and the Mariners have the lead.
2 sports, 2 teams, 1 podcast. Welcome to the 12th Inning Podcast.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 11 of the 12th Inning Podcast. My name is Rich. I'm joined over here by my buddy Mitch. And wow, what a Seahawks game we got to witness on Sunday. What a Seahawks team we're getting to witness right now. That is likely going to take up the bulk of this episode, talking about our Seahawks. We're going to go over the Cardinals game, talk about our highlights and whatnot, and then look ahead to that Rams game. My God, that is going to be a playoff game, essentially, along with some other things. So if that interests you, let's hop right into it. Mitch, how are we feeling about that win?
It was a dominating win, but not as dominating as I wanted it to be.
I would say it was dominating with holes.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to the 12th Inning Podcast. Today, at the beginning of this episode, we do talk about suicide and death. If that's not something you really want to listen to or it's triggering for you, this is the trigger warning. If you would like to skip past that, please skip ahead to the 8-minute and 13-second mark, and that will be where we actually start talking about just the normal stuff in this episode. Yeah. Before we do get into that, though, there were 2 things that I wanted to talk about that the announcers happened to bring up, and I didn't know about until they had talked about it. First thing is it has nothing. Both things don't really have much to do with the Seahawks, but I think it is important to bring up. First thing is, you may know Marshawn Nyland.
Oh,
he did. He passed away at the age of 24. Apparently to attempt. From what they're saying now, it's attempted suicide. That's what they've ruled it as at the moment. Apparently, it happened after it was a police chase. They lost sight of him, and then they found him with a gunshot wound to the head. It looked like self-inflicted. And so, more just wanted to bring that up real quick about mental health.
Yeah, check on your dudes, check on your guys, check on your friends, anybody you care about, because you never know what somebody is dealing with on the surface. I mean, this is a guy same age as I am. I'm 24. Mitch, you're even older than him. Unc. But this is a guy who is the same age. Had achieved his dream. Essentially, he was in NFL. He was all over highlights. Week before last, and 3 days later, he's celebrating with his teammates, and 3 days later he passes away. And it's hard. That's really hard. It's a reminder that at the end of the day, we are all. You never know what somebody is dealing with. You never know what someone has going on inside, and what they're fighting. No matter how good they have it. So check on your friends, check on your loved ones. I think, it's important. It's important to bring up in sports. It's a subject that hits home for me, just because my own struggles with mental health. It's important to have talks about this, and to understand that it's okay that you're struggling. It's hard. It's not fair. But you got this. And even if you think your friends are good to go, check on them. And if you need help, there's a number that you can call. Mitch, we'll have you put that on screen somewhere, but,
I'll put it up.
It's not worth it. The anxieties around getting help are more worth it than the things that you're going to miss in life. Check on your friends.
It's just more, it's not something we normally talk about, but I felt it was a little necessary to bring it up, because definitely need, if you need help, call the number. I'll have it up on screen for a little while. And check on your friends, because also the really sad thing about this one is it came after a really high time in his career too, because he just scored his first career touchdown.
Yeah,
then he ended it, and it sucks.
It's someone who's on top of the world, and I think people think that makes people like that invincible because they have everything. But you can have everything and still be dealing with, with the hard things that are being said in your mind.
Yep. It's a lot where people will be like, what did he have to be sad about? He was rich. Money literally does not buy happiness.
Yeah. It can make you less stressed, but it when you're dealing with those sorts of things, like material things like that are not enough. It's friendship, it's community. So thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate that you did that.
Yeah. One other thing, it also kind of sad, but not nearly. Do you know who Lenny Wilkens is?
Right. He's a Supersonics legend, isn't he?
Yes. Lenny Wilkens unfortunately did also pass away.
Yeah.
Thank God. Not to suicide, just age.
Yeah.
But some cool info on him real quick was he played for the Supersonics from 1968 to 1972, but also was the head coach and starting point guard for them from 1969 to 1972. And then he coached for them again after he had retired as a player. He coached as their head coach from 1977 to 1985 and brought them their only NBA title in 1979.
So he's probably one of the most important people in Super. That would be the equivalent of Pete Carroll taking that would be the equivalent of Pete Carroll being a former player while still coaching, and then taking them to the Super Bowl years later. Yeah, that's sad to see. Hurts anybody in the Supersonics community. I saw someone on Reddit said, it really sucks that we didn't get to bring him the Supersonics back in time. Which, fuck you, NBA, bring back the Seattle Supersonics. At that point, we'll have to figure out what the hell we talk about, or what we title this show, because I think it will become a Mariners Seahawks Supersonics show. Because that's good. That's going to get me in the NBA. But no, yeah, sad to see. Sad to hear. Really wish that he could have seen one more Sonics game, because he was. I'm not super familiar with Sonics history, but I could tell that he was a legend. He was beloved, and sad to see.
Yeah, but on to more uplifting news now.
Don't worry, everyone. It's not just going to be sad news today.
But I thought those are two important things to bring up, especially mental health. But on to the overall about this game now, though.
Cardinals, Seahawks, 44-22, ass whooping, belt to ass, kind of with an asterisk. I feel like
belt to ass in the first half, yes.
Yeah.
Second half, I have thoughts on. But so basically, Helani got his first career rushing touchdown,
which was sick, and of course they keep. I don't know, does Clint Kubiak? Is he betting the under on Kenneth Walker touchdowns? Because he refuses to get this dude any touchdowns.
I know, right? Kenneth Walker, he did actually try in this game. He was breaking off some big runs. Yeah,
I mean, rushing, let's just get into some numbers here. Rushing attack, honestly, did really, really solid. Charbonnet, 14 attempts for 83 yards, almost a 6 yards per game per rush with a touchdown. Kenneth Walker, yes, he didn't have a touchdown, but honestly was not far behind Charbonnet today, or on Sunday on the box score. 14 attempts as well, 67 yards for about a 4.8 average, rounding up a little bit. So really, really solid from your starting two. And then George Helani, he got the other rushing touchdown, 7 for 31, a 4.43 average, and that's awesome. We have listening to the episode back from last week, if it was 3 weeks in a row where we had said the rushing attack, this is unacceptable. This needs to be better. And if this is the way, like if this is the ceiling, I would still feel myself wanting more. But I can live with this being what we get for the rushing attack consistently.
Yeah.
Like because the passing game like didn't have the strongest game in the world. I mean, Sam Darnold went 10 for 12, 178 yards, 83% completion percentage. 1 for 1, like he was fine. He still had 111 passer rating. He wasn't horrible. But it wasn't just the Sam Darnold JSN show today, which was nice to see.
Yeah. Some other things I had on the game, just some interesting things and stuff like that. The Seahawks have outscored their opponent 75-20 in the first half of all their games.
Oh, I love it. But in the first half.
First quarter.
Yeah, well, even then, like in the first quarter.
Yeah, yes, exactly. In the first quarter. But that highlights a problem that the Seahawks have been having that I'm sure we'll touch on later. Of the Seahawks, they stopped playing to win after the first. I'll broaden it to the first half. They scored 21 points in the first quarter, 17 points in the second quarter, whereas the Arizona Cardinals, like the Arizona Cardinals had only scored a touchdown, so they were playing to win. They were fiery, and then they kind of let their foot off the gas. Cardinals get a touchdown in the third quarter. Cardinals get a touchdown in the seventh quarter, in the fourth quarter. I know. And the Seahawks only managed to score 6 in the fourth quarter. Like, they're not making these heart attack games necessarily, but it does really feel like at halftime, and I know this isn't happening. These guys are like competing, like consistently, but at halftime, it feels like Mike McDonald's like, all right, boys, good shit. You already won the game. Like, take a breather. Like, I know that's not happening. I think that would be ridiculous, and I don't think he's stupid enough to be like that. These guys are playing for their jobs. But it does feel that way sometimes when you look at the box score. Maybe it's a case of the other team has gotten beat down so bad in the first half that they're starting to figure things out for the Seahawks to try and come back, or is it the Seahawks pulling back? Kind of hard to tell, but it has been a frustration. Yeah. Another thing, kind of two things in one. Tyrese Knight and DeMarcus Lawrence. Had a combo essentially for 2 defensive touchdowns.
Yep.
Which leads me into my second point of that is DeMarcus Lawrence is the first linebacker with 2 touchdowns in a game since 2020.
That's crazy. It highlights because aside from Lawrence, let's highlight Knight for a second. Like, he is not the starting linebacker.
Nope.
It's a next man up situation, and he is showing that I'm a backup in the NFL for a reason. You can put me in there, and you're not getting much of a downgrade from your starter. I don't know, man. He's looking really good. He's proven why he's in the NFL.
Yeah. Definitely. Knight has definitely come to play.
Yeah.
And it's really good to see because Ernest Jones is really good, and it does suck to see him injured, but thank God Knight can come in and be like, that's okay, you won't miss Ernest Jones too much. And then also, something cool, this year, even with us losing to the 49ers, the defense has held all of their opponents to 20 points or less except for the Buccaneers and then the Cardinals in this game where they let them score 2 points over 20 points. But still, all their opponents to technically 22 points or less except for the Buccaneers game where the Buccaneers scored 38 points.
Yeah. I mean,
unfortunately. But that does count up until this Cardinals game. That counts even the game we lost to the 49ers. They didn't let the 49ers score even 20 points. They let them only get to 17. The only other team that got to 20 points other than the Buccaneers was the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And the Cardinals got to exactly 20 points.
Yeah.
And we still beat them. Barely, but we still beat them.
I mean, it's funny because I wasn't super thrilled with the defense, I think, the first couple of games, but when you look at this season just kind of as a whole, our defense, Mike McDonald's got it figured out. They're getting it figured out.
Oh, yeah.
like the tackling doesn't make me want to rip my hair out. It's not perfect, but like every team misses tackles. Every team tackles at a bad angle. Like, the tackling doesn't make me want to rip my hair out. Like they are getting taken off the top sometimes here and there, but honestly, it's usually washed away by like how stingy their defense is when they get down to the goal line. Our goal line defense is incredible.
Yeah. Definitely. The tackling has definitely gotten better since that Buccaneers game.
Yes, absolutely. That Buccaneers game was insane.
But then I also have something cool about Jason Myers.
Mm-hmm.
He is now the all-time record holder for field goals made in Seahawks history. He bypassed Steven Hauschka in this game.
That's cool. That's cool. Historic. How about we move on to some stars?
Yeah. Who do you have as your 3-star, Richard? Or what?
Honestly, I was thinking about this when we were getting ready to record. I think honestly my 3-star would have to be the defense. Okay. I think. Because even with the offense taking their foot off the gas, the defense, I mean, obviously they got those touchdowns. They allowed some bigger plays here and there, but I mean, like they held the Cardinals. The Cardinals managed to get 258 yards on them. Like that's not great, as well as 129 rushing yards, but again, the score matters. Like they were allowing some bigger plays, some good yardage, but they stopped them when it mattered. Like their red zone goal line defense was incredible. They checked in with a couple touchdowns as well. So I think my 3-star would be the defense.
Okay, that's fair. My 3-star is specifically Tyrese Knight and DeMarcus Lawrence.
Fair. Yeah.
Even not counting the touchdowns that Lawrence got with Knight's help, those two still were getting a ton of pressure. They were getting a lot of sacks. So
I mean, Knight.
The defensive line, I guess I should say, is what my 3-star officially is, but highlighting Knight and Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean, Knight got 8 tackles for 8 total tackles, 6 of them solo tackles, 2 sacks, and 3 tackles for a loss. D-Law, he checked in with 4 tackles, 1 solo, half a sack, and a tackle for loss. Those two were an absolute dynamic duo, 100%. And to highlight the rest of the defense, let's not also forget Nick Emmanwori checked in with 9 tackles, 5 solo tackles, a half sack, had that other half sack with D-Law. Come on, man. Our defense, half these guys, half these names, I'm not going to lie to you, I have no idea who these guys are, but they're playing next man up. Yeah,
that's why my 3-star would definitely be defensive line specifically, because they were tearing that offensive line up. Now, while not all of them were getting sacks or anything, it gave access to Knight to get those tackles. It gave access to Lawrence to get those tackles, and Emmanwori to get in there a couple times. So defensive line, definitely my 3-star.
Yeah, 5 sacks, 10 tackles for loss on the game. That's a good game.
It's insane. And then my 2-star, I'm going to give it to Jason Myers, just for beating all-time Seahawks field goals made record, just being excellent, and overall for the season, he, in my opinion, deserves to have a 2-star, not just for this game, because this wasn't like a highlight game for him or anything. He did his job today, or on Sunday. He did his job, but I feel like he deserves to be highlighted as a 2-star just because he's been great all season. Yeah. He has a couple misses, but who doesn't? I don't think I've ever seen a kicker 100% all season long. Yeah. It just doesn't happen. Yeah. So that's why I'm giving my 2-star to Jason Myers, because I think he deserves it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna give my 2-star this week. I think the highest they've ever been in my star ratings to the rushing game. Okay. I think with Zach Charbonnet checking in with 83 yards, Kenneth Walker checking in with 67 yards, both of them having 14 carries each. George Holani 31 yards and a touchdown. Zach Charbonnet also got the touchdown. good to see. I mean, Rashid Shaheed also had 20 yards rushing. Like, averages were good. 5.9 or almost a 6-point average for Zach Charbonnet. 6-yard average, almost a 5-yard average for Walker. 4.5-yard average for Holani. Like, really, really huge improvement, honestly, from what it's been all year. Still could be better for sure, but this is a rushing game that you can win a championship with, so long as your passing is how it has been all year, basically. Maybe not so much this game, but all year as a whole. So long as your passing is like this, yeah, you can get by with that.
Definitely.
Or your rushing is like this, excuse me, I should say.
And then your 1 star?
Honestly, the 1 star is harder, because I feel pretty comfortable, I think, in my no star, but it's hard. This game, like, there's one, like, one glaring issue, I think, for me from this game, and it really wasn't horrible, but you know what, I'll take Jason Myers as my 1 star. I think him. I mean, he was perfect on the game. Honestly, he was completely perfect. 3 for 3 on field goals, 5 for 5 on extra points. 14 of those points on the board are from Myers, and he's just solid. He's just your rock. So, I'd say that would be my 1 star.
Fair enough. My 1 star is actually the run game. So, they didn't bump it up to 2 stars. So,
yeah,
our 2 star and 1 star are flipped.
Yeah.
They did really good in this game, but just for me, they didn't do enough to get bumped all the way up from no star to 2 star. From last week being a no star to being a 2 star this week. For me personally,
fair.
I would have questioned you quite a bit if you had bumped him up to being the 3 star.
No, I think Kenneth Walker would need to actually have a touchdown for that to be in the cards.
Fair enough. But yeah, run game would be my 1 star. Just they did really well this week. And like I said last week, was that they needed to at least prove they could be good against the Cardinals. And had they been a no star again this week, I'd be like, well, our run game is cooked for the season.
Yeah. Like, if you can't even run a little bit against the Cardinals, you're cooked.
But luckily, they weren't cooked in this game, and they did run decently.
Yeah.
Still not where I want it to be. If you're going to consider yourself a run first team, again, that was said at the beginning of the season. They definitely have seemed to stop calling themselves a run first team. Luckily, they did seem more of a run first team in this game, but I think it's just because it was easier to run on the Cardinals than any other team. And then my no star, while I've talked up the team, let me tell you, that's first half. My no star is the whole team in the second half.
Yeah.
Other than the defensive line. The defensive line was the only part that seemed like they didn't let up the whole game. Like, they were the only ones that I saw that seemed like they were putting their foot on the gas every single snap. They were the only ones. And so other than defensive line, my no star goes to the second half, all of offense, and the secondary and the defense.
Yeah.
That's my no star. You got to keep your foot on the gas all the way through the game.
Yeah.
If you're gonna play that hard in the first half, you play till the very last whistle.
I mean, my no star honestly is the same. The team as a whole, like you can't outscore the Cardinals, 4 times as much as they did in the first half, and then score 6 points in the second half. Like you can't be having that. So yeah, I would agree with you. That would be my no star as well. They're not horrible. Like I doubt that this is the norm. They're still like at the very least an average offense. If even when they're playing bad. But like you said, you need to keep the foot on the gas. You can't go almost scoreless in the second half. You don't win a football game in the first half. you got to play all 4 quarters. So yeah, I would agree with you on that. No star for sure. But yeah, overall a wonderful game by the Seahawks with some things to work on for sure. No team is perfect, but
like we said at the beginning, a dominating win with holes.
Yes, absolutely. But gives you some good momentum and gives you some good things to work on moving into what I'm frankly going to call a playoff game. This is the pre-wild card game, ladies and gentlemen. I'm shocked that this game did not get flexed to Sunday or Monday Night Football, but it is what it is. The best game of the week is going to be played at 1:05 on Sunday, and that is the Seattle Seahawks versus the Los Angeles Rams. So both of these teams 7-2. Both of these teams tied for first in the division. Both of these teams in the conversation for the first seed in the NFC as a whole. This game is going to be cinema. Frankly, it is going to be cinema. Now, let's look at some rankings going into this game for both the Seahawks and the Rams. And then, Mitch, we'll see if you have any thoughts for this game as well. The Seahawks are ranked 3rd in points per game, whereas the Rams are ranked 6th, 30.6 and 27.9 for each team, respectively. For passing yards per game, the Seahawks are 8th with 253. The Rams are ahead of them at 269.7 at 5. Rushing yards per game, both teams are not great with the run, so it's going to be a offensive shootout or a quarterback shootout. Because in 18th in the league, the Seahawks have 114.3 rushing yards per game. The Rams are 20th in the league with 113.4. Total sacks, Seahawks blow them out of the water. 3rd in the NFL with 32 total sacks, and 9th in the NFL with 27 total sacks for the Los Angeles Rams. And lastly, defense 6th in the NFL with 9 interceptions for the Seahawks, and 19th in the NFL with 6 interceptions for the Rams. So not that far behind. So 6th to 19th is pretty crazy, but they're not that much worse of a defense than we are. This is a very, very, very evenly matched team. Both of them are very pass heavy. Both of them are not going to kill you with the run, but you still need to be aware of it. And both these defenses are going to be stingy. They're going to take the ball away from you when they can. And this is going to be a very difficult game to win, but a winnable one nonetheless. But this is going to be our biggest test until we hit the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got on it. This is going to be our biggest test.
Yeah.
If we win this game, we're legit.
Yeah.
If we lose this game, then I still have questions.
If the last couple of weeks have been put up or shut up for these guys, like this is like the last call.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much all I got on this game is this is going to be the true test of has this team improved? Has this team become at the very least, a playoff contending team? Has this become a Super Bowl contending team?
Yeah. Is this team the best team in the NFC? We're going to find out this week, frankly. You know what? I'll say this is going to be a 28-31 game. That's going to be my official score prediction.
Seahawks winning. Got it.
Yep. Seahawks 31, Rams 28. That's what I think is going to be the case here.
That's fair. I'm going to say 24-21.
24-21?
Seahawks winning.
I think those are reasonable.
Are you ready to move on power rankings?
Let's get some power rankings.
All right. Yahoo Sports. Power rankings by Frank Schwab.
Come on, Schwab, don't.
Richard, who does Frank Schwab have as the top 5 teams this week?
It's going to be some combination. I'll try and do an order. Colts, Seahawks, Lions, Rams, or Colts, Seahawks, Rams, Lions, Patriots.
That's a random one to throw in there, but I get it.
They've been really good so far.
So what's your order, would you say?
What I said.
So Colts, Seahawks, Rams, Lions, Patriots?
Yes.
Sorry.
Damn.
You do have 3 teams out of 5 correct, though. Not
I'll
in the
take it.
exact spots, but
I'll take
you
it.
do have
I'll
3.
take it.
So, number 1. Actually, I'll go with number 5 first. Unfortunately, number 5 is not the Patriots. It is still the Kansas City Chiefs.
God damn it.
No, I shouldn't say still. They were 3rd last week. They're 5th this week, but they are still in the top 5. Because, unfortunately, it's the Chiefs.
The Kansas City Chiefs, who are 3rd in their division and 5-4.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure. All right.
Anyway. But yes, unfortunately, they are still in the top 5. At 5th, number 4 is the Rams.
Okay.
Number 3, Seattle Seahawks.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Number 2, Colts.
Okay.
Literally, you had the Colts, Seahawks, and Rams up 1 spot too high.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Lions are not in the top 5 because at number 1 is still the Philadelphia Eagles.
Damn. I'm surprised the Patriots aren't even on there because they have the same record as the Indianapolis Colts.
Patriots, just so
I mean,
you know where they're
to be
at.
fair, technically the Broncos have the same record, and I do not trust the Broncos in any way, shape, or form. They're garbage, poo-poo.
Fair enough. The Lions were just out of the top 5. They are 6th. They moved up from 7th. And then the Patriots were 8th last week. They're still 8th this week.
All right. Well, read me what he's got to say on those Philadelphia Eagles.
On the Philadelphia Eagles, he has, the Eagles nearly shut out the Packers at Lambeau Field to get a win. There will be a lot said about Philly's offense after it struggled all night, but the defense having a huge night might be a massive step toward repeating as champs.
Fair. I mean, that game was almost as bad as the Thursday night game, I heard. I didn't watch Monday Night Football, but I watched Thursday Night Football, and that was one of the worst games I've ever seen, and people were saying the same until Monday Night Football. So, all right, sure. I don't really think the Phillies are number 1, personally. I don't see the play that I've seen does not look like a number 1 team to me. But all right,
Yeah,
he gets paid to do this. I don't. So
right. All right, and then the bottom 3 teams. So 32, 31, and 30.
32 is still going to be the Titans. 31 is going to be the Dolphins are going to move because they beat the Bills this week. Shit. 32 Titans, 31 Saints, 30 damn. No, because the Jets won too. I'm fairly certain the fucking Jets won too, those bastards. Who else is so bad? Oh, Vegas. Let's throw Vegas in there.
All right. So 32 Titans, 31 Saints, 30 Vegas.
Yeah.
Raiders. Well, you have all 3 bottom teams correct.
I'll take
but,
it. I'll take it. That's a win.
Not in the right order, though. Sorry.
I will take that as a win.
You obviously have 32 exactly correct. That is still the Titans. Because they're going to go 1-16 this year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. And then you just had the Saints and Raiders flip-flopped.
Damn.
Raiders are 31, Saints are 30.
Honestly, that's valid.
And then, real quick, just where the Jets and Dolphins moved to. Jets moved from 30th to 28th. Dolphins moved from 29th to 26th.
That's too high of a movement for the Dolphins. They're still ass.
But what he had to say...
I get it. They beat a really hard opponent, so okay, I'll give him that.
What he had to say about the Titans... The Titans' next best chance to win a game might be December 28th when they host the Saints. Maybe they pull off an upset or beat the Browns in Cleveland, but it seems hard to believe they won't be picking first in the 2026 NFL Draft.
Yep, I would agree. I would agree.
So, the next section of the power rankings is normally you would guess where the Seahawks are, where their previous opponent was, or where their previous opponent is, and where their next opponent is. Well, we know where they're at. We know where their next opponent's at. So, where are the Arizona Cardinals, their previous opponent?
I'm gonna say they're 26th. No, wait. No, you said the Dolphins are 26.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the Cardinals are 25.
So close.
Damn it.
24th.
Damn.
They moved down from 22nd.
Yeah.
Real quick. It's a good thing the Cardinals beat the Cowboys, or they'd be on a 7-game losing streak, and a blowout loss to the Seahawks might have spelled the end for Jonathan Gannon. Gannon's job security will be an issue the rest of the season.
Yep. Valid.
That's all they got on that. And then you already know where the Rams are and where the Seahawks are. So I'll read what he had to say about the Rams real quick. The Rams were too low for too long. It's time to correct that. They have everything needed to win a Super Bowl. Matthew Stafford is an MVP candidate. Their first showdown against the Seahawks this season, which comes Sunday, will be a fantastic theater.
Yep. I would agree.
And then the Seahawks. The Seahawks have an argument to be even higher in the rankings. It's hard to say anyone has been definitively better. Being up on Arizona 35-0 less than halfway through the second quarter was a statement. Now we will see if they can beat the Rams on the road.
Yeah, I think if the Seahawks win, this game, I think he's going to put them at number 1 next week. If they don't, I don't think they're going to drop. I think they would drop. I think he would drop them out of the top 5, but I think he would. I honestly think that he would move the Seahawks into number 1 if they beat the Rams this week. But yeah, I think with the end of the power rankings, I think that's going to do it for me.
Yeah. You ready to move on to the little bit of Mariners section we have, which is going to be more just baseball in general?
I can tell you this episode is probably not going to be as long as last episode. Yeah, let's hop into this baseball section here.
Okay, so real quick, what I have for baseball, just kind of cool. The MLB award winners that have been announced so far. I'm not going to go over every single one, just ones that I thought were kind of cool. Mainly the ones that I know the names of. First off, Gold Glove winners. I only really had one that I thought was kind of cool to see, as much as I gave him shit for when he was on the Mariners, is first baseman Ty France.
Yeah,
he did win Gold Glove, and like I said, as much as shit I did give him, I think it's still cool that he won the Gold Glove, one of the Gold Gloves.
Yeah,
and then
guy. Julio Rodriguez was snubbed.
Yes, he was.
He absolutely deserved Gold Glove.
And then Silver Sluggers, Cal Raleigh.
Cal Raleigh, let's go.
Manny Machado.
Yep, he won.
And, of course, Kyle Tucker.
Yeah. I think Julio also deserved the Silver Slugger here, and I think Jorge Polanco got snubbed. Who got the second base Silver Slugger?
1 moment. I have it right here. Second base Silver Slugger for AL was Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Jazz Chisholm Jr.? No, Jorge Polanco deserved it.
I didn't know how to pronounce his name. That's why he wasn't on my list here.
Fair. No, Jorge Polanco was snubbed.
And just for real quick, the second baseman that got the NL Silver Slugger was Ketel Marte.
Oh, do you know he used to be a former Mariner and the Mariners traded him?
I did know that.
Yeah, that hurts my heart. There have been some talks that the Mariners could be in the market of getting him back.
Kyle Tucker also got Silver Slugger award as well. Kyle Tucker's just fucking... He's good.
he's goated, and he's not going to be a Mariner because his contract is going to be too rich.
Yeah, that is something else I have for this baseball section is a couple free agents, top landing spots and stuff like that. But, and then Platinum Glove was an award I actually didn't know existed.
Oh, yeah, Cal Raleigh won the Platinum Glove last year.
Yeah, did not know it was a thing. Didn't know it was an award.
Well, welcome to baseball, buddy.
But the 2 Platinum Glove winners were Bobby Witt Jr. for AL from the Royals and Fernando Tatis Jr. from the Padres for the NL.
Yeah, I think those are deserving Platinum Glove winners in my opinion.
And then Jackie Robinson Rookie of the Year awards went to Nick Kurtz of the Athletics and Drake Baldwin of the Braves.
Yeah, some pretty nuts rookies. Nick Kurtz was a pain in the ass.
And then they did announce the Manager of the Year award today. Cy Young award gets announced tomorrow as of us recording this, November 12th. And then Hank Aaron award, Rivera Hoffman Reliever of the Year award, Comeback Player of the Year, and MVP will all be announced on November 13th. So we'll go over those, or Richard will post those on TikTok once they are announced.
Yep.
But Manager of the Year, unfortunately, did not go to Dan Wilson. It did go to Stephen Vogt of the Guardians and for AL and Pat Murphy of the Brewers for the NL.
Yeah, I mean, it is fair. Like, Stephen Vogt got first. I think it was John Schneider got second, and then Dan Wilson was third. And, like, I would have loved to have seen Dan Wilson win this award, but he had a... he wasn't. I wouldn't say he was the Manager of the Year. I think the manager who got this award deserved it. As much as I would have loved to see Wilson get it, I think the one who got it deserved it.
All right, and then just some top free agents landing spots. So Kyle Tucker is obviously he is the number one top free agent right now that everyone's looking at. But the top 3 landing spots for him right now are the Dodgers at a 50% likely, Giants at a 20%, and the Yankees at a 13%.
Yeah, all these guys with huge money, it makes sense, unfortunately.
Yeah. Then you got Bo Bichette, who is a shortstop / second baseman. Blue Jays are 48%, and then the Braves and Tigers are tied at a 13% likely chance.
Yeah.
And then you got Cody Bellinger, who is primarily a center fielder, but he can play any outfield plus first base.
Yeah, I would love to get him.
He technically has 4 teams because there are 2 teams tied for third, but Yankees are a 54% chance, Giants are at 11%, and then the Mets and Tigers are both tied for third at 9%.
Yeah.
And then we have Munetaka Murakami.
Yeah, Munetaka Murakami.
I can pronounce his last name, but his first name's a little hard. But Murakami, who is a first baseman, third baseman, and primarily right now playing as a designated hitter.
Yeah.
His top 3 are the Mariners at a 46% chance, or likeliness. Dodgers are 28%, and then the Yankees are 9%.
Yeah. I mean, the Mariners are always going to be involved in just about any player who is coming from Japan.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how it goes, frankly. Yeah, I mean, this it's been I think 2 weeks of the off season now.
I got 2 more people.
Oh, my bad.
The
way you were talking about him was kind of
it was just because the Mariners are on that list.
Yeah.
Because the other one I had, one of the other 2 that I have is Edwin Diaz. Unfortunately, the Mariners are not on that list because at number 1, he's more than likely going to re-sign with the Mets. At the time that I was putting this list together, the Mets were a 70% chance. That has been up since I said that to a 90% chance that he will re-sign with the Mets.
It seems
highly
more
he wants. It's more likely he wants to stay with the Mets. He just wants more money from them, which is fair. He deserves it. And then you have the Dodgers and Yankees, who are the only other 2 teams that could potentially get him. Mind you, they're tied at second at only 13%. That was when I was making this list. That has actually dropped to both of them being tied at still second, but it has dropped to a 5% chance that he will go to either one of those 2 teams. And then now my actual last person is Kazuma Okamoto. Because the Mariners are also on his list. He is a 50% chance likely to go to the Mariners, 23% to the Dodgers, and a 4% chance likely to go to the Tigers.
Yeah. I think. Remind me what positions he is again. I keep forgetting.
He's also first, third, but he can also play left and right field.
Yeah.
From what I was reading on him, he can play center field, but he just at the moment teams don't see him as a center fielder because he just doesn't have the speed for center field right now. Yeah, because you have to cover quite a bit of ground in
much
center
ground.
field.
Yeah.
But he plays left, right, first, third, and he's played a little bit of shortstop, but he apparently wasn't that good at shortstop.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I would be really interested in the Mariners picking him up. But sign Josh Naylor. That's your number one priority.
Hey, I mean, sign Josh Naylor, take Okamoto to be your third baseman.
Yeah.
Those two at the corners,
Yes, please.
your corners are covered.
I'll take it.
I watched a couple highlights of Okamoto the other day
Yeah.
when he was playing third base. He plays the hot corner very well.
I love that. That would be extremely important for this Mariners team. But yeah. Anything else from your list of tricks?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, yep. That is we are peak off season where there's god awful nothing to talk about. We are mainly a Seahawks podcast, but I promise you, the moment anything super significant Mariners happens, we will let y'all know. I will say a couple of things that technically did happen in the Mariners world. One of the Mariners executives did leave, which normally I don't give a shit about executives, but apparently this guy, he was pretty influential into the kind of culture that they look for in who they draft and minor league culture. So, you know, a shitty loss, but honestly shouldn't have too much of an effect, but just wanted to highlight that. And then the Mariners also technically picked up a new manager. I think it was Austin Nola, I think was who it was, who we actually traded to the Padres. Austin Nola, we traded to the Padres back in 2020 to get Andres Munoz. He actually has been released from his minor league contract that he signed just a couple weeks ago with Atlanta to come be the bullpen coach for the Seattle Mariners. So, just honestly, something kind of interesting. Probably won't be like a crazy thing. But that is the point of the offseason that we're at, is we're talking about managerial and executive changes. But yeah, I think that is going to wrap it up for us here at the 12th Inning Podcast, assuming you don't have anything else, Mitch.
No, unfortunately, that's all I got on for the Mariners section.
Yeah, well, hey, thank you guys so much for listening to this 11th episode, listening this far in. If you have gotten this far, if you could drop a like, follow, comment, those sorts of things, we would really deeply appreciate it, especially check out the TikTok like Mitch has mentioned. But yeah, that is going to do it from me. Once again, I'm Rich, this is Mitch, and like we always say, Trident's up, go Mariners.
And go Hawks.